Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, I hope you had a really good weekend. I know I certainly did, because I have reviewed this map. This is a stonking beauty, and if you don't hang around for the full entirety of the show, then I don't know what you're looking for in a map. I really don't. This is right up there amongst, well, one of the very best ones that we have done this year, so hopefully you can sit back and enjoy. Forewarned is forearmed. Now, if you've got forearms, maybe you can use one of those forearms to do something particularly useful. That's right, because hitting the like button really would support the channel, gets me seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you for taking the time. Today's map is a Grand Coulee by Hewmart. Hewmart, who we have done just the once in the past. This is their second map. This is their second map, and it is right up there with the ones of the multitude of maps of the great creators and so forth. And hence with, and there's your start square. Not the hugest amount of build plane in the start square. In fact, you've got to use some very careful tile buying if you're going to play vanilla rules on this one. And then the resources look like that. Oh yes, you've got to plan out your tile buying very much so on this particular map. Off to the workshop. Now, you do need mass transit. Green Cities is there, as well as the content creator pack of the high-tech buildings. Although you don't strictly need those two because, well, frankly, I don't have either of those two. Green Cities is the only main DLC I don't own, and I only own one of the content creator packs. You don't really need the other two, but if you've got them, then a few extra assets will turn up in the game to add a little bit more wow factor. Not that this map really needs any more wow factor. In terms of theme and LUT, we are using the Coulee theme. Just show you some of the quality road laying there. The Coulee theme, and if I'm going to try and pronounce this correctly, the Chiaroscuro LUT. Now, the Chiaroscuro LUT is not actually listed on the workshop page as the recommended LUT. The recommended LUT is Relight Average 2, I believe, or Relight 2 Average. Again, lovely plopped, but perfectly plopped intersection there. All the heights are great, just showing you everything is absolutely spot on and perfect. And perfect is definitely a word. If you go down that route, that takes you to the start square straight away, and some lovely secondary start locations up on the plateau up here. But we're going to go the other route. This route, by the way, this will take us down into the fog a little bit. I'm actually going to leave the fog switched on, and mainly because you're not going to miss anything and you'll still be able to see everything very clearly. It just doesn't really seem to really benefit too much by switching the fog on and off just down here. We will be switching it off later for a different purpose. This little bit of road elevated here, if you look along the ground-based terrain on this side, got a little bit of a road stress going on. It's a tiny, weeny, minor thing, and some of you won't even see it. But I did. I'm just pointing it out. It's not a huge issue. So anyway, heading down towards fog. Oh yeah, we've got a tree here that is acting as a little bit of debris on the highway. Yeah, never, ever, 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 always put trees underneath the highways. Where were we? Yes, Chiaroscuro LUT. Now, I would always, when I'm reviewing the map, go with the recommended LUT off of the workshop, except for, we've got a little bit of water glitching here. Can't really do much about that apart from not use the vanilla rocks as water features. But as this is a vanilla map, as you may have noticed off the workshop, nothing to subscribe to apart from the theme and the LUT. So it's one of those things that you kind of got to accept a little bit, but it is a problem, a minor problem. So yes, why the Chiaroscuro LUT? Well, I was messaged directly by Hewmart and said, if you're going to be reviewing the map, not can you, but if you're going to be, like I wasn't going to, come on. If you're going to be reviewing it, I recommend you use this theme and that, the Coulee and the chiaroscuro. And so going with that, I would suggest, although at this time chiaroscuro isn't listed actually on the workshop, that maybe Hewmart, you should put that onto the workshop if that's going to become your recommended LUT. Just even if it's just in the description and not actually in your graphics at the top. Just a suggestion. Anyways, we are now heading down into the fog a little bit. Now, it's not too bad down here. Not too bad. Somebody's just switched on their diesel engine outside, if you can hear that growling in the background. Hopefully they'll boogle off very quickly. And yeah, so heading down the little ziggy-zag road down here, and then a little elevated section, and it's all pretty much spot on. Oh, he went off quick. When this diesel engine guy pulled up outside, he was rumbling outside for about 5 minutes before he switched his engine off, and I feared for the worst once he started his engine back up then. Perfect bridge. Perfect bridge, can't say anything more than that really. Now, if there's going to be an issue with the entire map, it's just down here with these roads. We've got some terrain alignment issues. You can see it's slightly raised one side compared to the other, and it would be easily fixed, and we're just using a couple of taps with Move It really would do that. To show you there, you can see the shadow there. See the shadow there? Let me grab Move It and show you where I grab Move It and highlight that. If I move it up, you can see there, and then down, it just goes completely. So yes, it's not a huge problem. The tree in the highway was a bigger problem than that, but I thought I'd point that one out. That's maybe drop a node there as well, possibly. Where were we? Yes, we're now heading down towards the start square. It was a convoluted route, but I figured we should do that. Little elevated section here for when it rains and the water pours down the mountains. You can see that it can find its way down. Look at the tree placement. It's absolutely perfect down there as well. And so, yes, when it rains, the rain can pour down and go underneath these elevated sections. Like here, it looks like it's been raining up in the hills just about up there, I think. And then we'll carry on along this way to, we've got a little intersection here, which is a potential start location, not the start square, but looks quite tidy as well. Again, we've got some elevated sections here, just, I don't know, I'm not so sure about this. Is this right? Yeah, it does lower a little bit. I don't know about that one. I think the whole area just needs cleaning up just a little bit in terms of terrain height. In terms of is it really a problem, BonBonB? No, it's not. So we'll just leave it. We'll go. I never even pointed that out, guys. Okay, we'll just ignore that. Where were we? Oh yes, another section on the right there. Slight issues. Here we got another. Do you think it might rain later? Do you think it might rain later somewhere up there? Possibly. And scooting down now, very much towards the start square. We can even see the asset in the start square looming above the water. Such a well-designed and beautiful map, this one, I've got to say. It's one of my favourites of the year so far. We pull up, and this is your start square intersection. And looks just like that. Now, if we look up here, we've got some dirt roads. I'm going to point these out while we're here, rather than go straight down to start square. This one, you can see where the road is just crumbled away and then comes back to life there. And that gives us access to some abandoned quarry features there. I think that's a nice little bit of detailing. It's been very well done as well, for that matter. So anyway, we'll peel off here and go down into the start square because, well, we've got to see where we're going to start building our city, haven't we? Somewhere down here. Down here is very clean and very tidily done again. And down to the build plane. It's not the world's biggest build plane down here. As I say, you're not going to be building a huge city right off the bat. You need to get up into the plateaus first of all. But what you will be building will require some assets, and here's one. Here's one of them. This is the Scotia Tower by Nazco 26. I am loving this, and I'm loving Nazco's work. They're fairly new onto the workshop in terms of what I've seen so far. And the quality is right up there. I'm just loving some of the little features, like the glass features around here. This is just really very tidily done. And more sirens heading my way while I find a factoid, because factoids. All the sirens went. All the background noise. I love background noise. Not. Mercury, the planet, has a day twice as long as its year. It takes 88 days to revolve around the sun. Which gives it an 88-day year, duh. but it revolves on this axis only about once every 176 days. Loving the detail on this build. Look at this building. Wow. Anyway, there you go. Scotia Tower by Nazco 26. Today's asset of the day, we'll head back to the highways. We're not going to spend too much time looking at the detailing just yet, because hey, we could do some of that after the intermission, which is traditional for us now. Well, we've got a 2-tier highway, which I feared would be troubled by misplaced pillars, but if you look down there, no pillar issues. If there's going to be pillar issues, I would suggest on this bend is where it's going to happen. So let's go down and have a little look around the bend. If I can get in there. That looks good there, actually. That looks good there. And it's all clean. It's very good. And look at the pillar usage, actually. Look at that pillar usage. Got those concrete pillars, and then it switches to these different style of pillar. And look there, concrete pillar, different style of pillar there. And they just match up beautifully with the dam. That is exquisite. Sorry about the glitching there. Pull back a bit. So yes, that is exquisite work. And then back to the concrete pillars along there. That I am just astounded by the quality of the pillar usage and just the planning required there. This, however, this is an insane intersection. We've got one road that comes in from the side there we've just followed. One comes in from here. We've got one comes in from this way, and then that little twitten up there goes to a build location. So what with the terrain working as it does and the split level highway that we just come in on, this is just sublime. Oh, we've got a little viewing area here with a little Vanilla Play Park. Hello, Vanilla Play Park. And always another little play park. Is this the dog walking? This is the dog walking park there. All very tidy, and I like that. Very cool. Where were we? We were following highways. Which way to go? That one leads up through the plateaus and all those secondary start locations. Quite like that, but we're going to go this way because there's a couple of things down here to look at. And I know, you know how we like looking at things in this show, not today's show. Every show we do, we like looking at things and going, oh, look at that. Like that idea. Like this tunnel. A little game time. You might want to press pause in a moment. Where do you think that tunnel's going to come out? If I pull up here, pause it now. Where do you think it's going to come out? How about over here? Here a bit. No, you thought it was going to be there, didn't you? Maybe there's a hidden tunnel exit over here somewhere. No. How about all the way over there? No. You're confused and dazed. Yeah, I thought you would be. Let me down here. No. The answer is actually here, just across the canal from the tunnel itself. Right. See that? It faces the wrong way. Yeah, it's like an Acania special, that one. Yeah, these tunnels were not copyrighted in Sweden. Well, no, Hewmart doesn't come from Sweden, does it? Hewmart, are you Swedish? Do you know Acania? Have you been stealing his ideas? Well, have I told you about that before? No, very, very sweet idea, that one. Just adds a little bit of novelty to the map, and I like that. There we go. Secondary start location down there, possibly for docks, I imagine. And then this heads off across another little perfect suspension bridge there. Off towards into the fog, actually loops back from the fog, and then it goes off the map there where we get second highway merges in with one of our main routes we've seen already. Now the rail you're going to be impressed by. You are, I promise you, going to be impressed by the rail. It comes in from the side here. We've got the two lines that are running symmetrical, and it's going to find it. You know, it's not a flat map. You've seen it's not a flat map. And we're quite high up here compared to the water, right? We're going to end up down at the water level, and it's going to do so in a very clean and tidy manner. Like no big underground drops here. Slightly misaligned tunnel entrances, not a huge issue. I'm just slightly misaligned. Then we are. It comes out here nice and clean and tidy again, and we're still finding our way down towards the water level. Again, perfect bridges. Notice all the catenaries, apart from that one little one there, perfectly aligned with each other. All very smart. Lots of time being spent on this, planning the route and making sure that every single meter of rail is perfectly aligned with the other. It's just lovely. It's just very nice indeed. Okay, you're going to say parallel road tour. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it is, but still, even so, it's quality. You don't see quality like this every single show. If you did, I would just stop this. There's no point. I'm trying to find you the right map for your next city build, for God's sake, aren't I? Come on. Anyway, the rail ends down. This is as close as you get to the start square. and it's an intermission time.
Have you never quite worked out how to use Ploppable Rico? And what the heck is Ploppable Rico anyway? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Ploppable Rico by BonBonB. Click the information button below.
And so back to Grand Coulee and the shipping routes. And there are shipping routes. You didn't think there would be, but there are. We've got one that comes down this way. These are in the upper sections, up in the lake areas. One dead ends down there, and another one dead ends just down before the canal. And then over the other side, in the dam area, we have this one. Leads up to the dam, and if you follow this, you'll see something a little bit unusual. We will look at this in a minute. Makes all the sense in the world, although you're wondering why. Why? Well, it will make a lot of sense, but we'll come and have a look at that in a moment. Water flow. We've got water flow because we've got dams and water elevation changes and whoosh, and it's just flowing good and strong, and you'll have no problems. Plus we've got existing water facilities in place. If you've got all the DLC and such, it'll all be working already for you. Anyway, I'm loving this is the most inaccessible part of the map here. You're getting the road up here is going to take some work, especially if you're playing vanilla rules, but yes, it's a challenging environment to build on. But if you can get across and up into the plateaus over here, you've got loads of build plane up here to work into. It's going to be a challenge to do so, which adds to gameplay, I guess. And of course, if you're playing with the unlocks all on, then you'll get into here without an issue at all. You'll enjoy this. You will enjoy this map. Absolutely guarantee it. We've even got a secondary rail line here, which we didn't cover in the first part of the show. It goes off the fog that way, so you've got options there, and it just looks amazing, doesn't it? Absolutely looks amazing, even if 50% of the map is unusable because of cliffs and stuff. We have got this beautiful dam, very tidily done. I'm missing a few assets here and there because of the missing DLC. I'm sorry, I'm not buying it special. And there's recommendations to use surface painter on the actual dam walls, so we're going to do that now. They've recommended gravel or concrete, so I'm going to use concrete. Just going to see what it looks like when we paint in the walls with concrete. I might need to actually change to a bigger brush in a moment. This might take a bit longer than I anticipated, and we don't want to be spending all day. This is a review show, not a to-do show, you know. Yeah, that's looking quite clear. Sorry, edge of the sofa. Edge of the sofa's kind of in the way. That'll move in a moment. It's gone now. Look at that, cleaner. Lovely, fantastic. That's my Twitter, by the way, if you ever want to message me there or retweet something that I've done. That'd be very nice of you. Yes, so a little bit of gravel along the bottom there. Maybe tidy that into there. And we'll see how that looks when I pull back. I'm sure it'll look... I'll take that bit out. Lovely. Yes, I don't know. I kind of like it how it was before, but I'm going to do the whole thing. We're here. Let's do the whole thing. We might as well. I know something... Oh, that's gravel still. Cement. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. And concrete that area like that. And then possibly a little bit of gravel. Once again, quick job here. I'm not spending all day doing this one because reasons. And a little bit like that. Up this way. And into there, and maybe around the trees, possibly. Leave a little bit of grass for the trees to grow into. Yeah. So that's what it would look like. Of course, there is no surface painter in the map editor, so it's something that Hewmart couldn't have done for us without cheating and loading a map in a save game as a map, and the map is a save game. It's all levels of, but yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty smart work. Oh, we were going to have a look at this. The water. Oh, Hewmart knows. Hewmart knows you need an essential lighthouse because lighthouses are essential. Where were we? Yeah, we're going to have a look at this edge of water. Now, you're going to look at this and go, BonBon, this is wrong. Well, it is wrong, but look how close it is. It's in the fog for a reason. When we switch the fog off, we can see what's going on. And basically, we are elevated here. Ships have to come in at sea level, okay? And shipping routes start at sea level. We are elevated. So there's your shipping route. And we need to get this up into our lakes. So we've done that, or Hewmart has done that, by doing this little hidden thing on the side of the map just to bring the ships in. And I haven't looked over the other side, but no doubt there's something very similar over the other side as well. Anyway, what do you think of this map? Do you like it? Is it a 1-star map? Do you not like it? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Well, only you can decide. What do I think? It's got to be, isn't it? It's got to be. Aesthetically, I like it. In fact, I love it. Absolutely love it. The theme, the LUT, the terrain, the layout, the design, the thoughts, the unique areas, and even with the missing bits and pieces because of missing DLC, it's 5 stars through and through. 5 stars for aesthetics. Detailing, very close to 5 stars. We've got a little bit of a top of a tree poking through a highway. We've got a little bit of terrain height issue with the roads, which is so minor that I would have let that go if it was on its own, and some stress on one of the roads, which again, if it was on its own, I would have let it go. I think the tree on its own is what's lost the star there, so 4 stars for detail. Gameplay potential, it's very playable, it's very challenging though, and so I'm going to, I think it's 4 stars. It's not that easy, but very, 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 very playable. Bit more feel playing the start square, definitely 5 stars then. Grand Coulee by Hewmart, does it get the BonBonB seal of approval? And a resounding yes. Of course it gets the BonBonB seal of approval. I approve that several times over and recommend that everybody have a play on it. Whoa! Thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, and to all the BonBon buddies over on Patreon. Costs you just $1 a month, or more if you are feeling generous. You get your name in the credits, get to vote on the Friday map. There's an old map on the screen now, by the way. And of course, join me later on today for Flowscape, where I'm going to be creating something just a little bit different, a little bit fantastical. Hopefully you can join me for that one. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.